Cloud is winning this game!
Okay.
That's good. Okay.
They're definitely gonna get it, but I think we win the team fight.
Nice.
Or maybe
my
they don't.
God.
Get it, get it, get it, get it!
Like, you know where, like, the cleavage is? Where, like, the boobs touch? Or supposed to touch?
No, I've never touched a woman.
Cat Everfrost used knockdown fight hit. There goes a 5-man shield there. Berserk's going to get caught up in the baby cage. Gets us going to be a 3-man shockwave in the backline with a big
huge.
face breaker. That's going to be a showstopper right there. That's
Can't get slowed when he was in Pike's D. That's too soon, that's too soon.
Hey everybody, welcome back to week 5 for Risen Draft League. Here we have Piper and DBZ. Where are you? Are you here? Hello? Well, I guess.
You good, bro?
I'm not good.
What's wrong?
I'm
man?
not good.
Are you okay?
NA. Spring Worlds.
Oh,
yeah.
100 Thieves just lost.
Dude.
C9 blasted
no.
pathetic. And you know what? I'm making
What?
a stance on this day. From this day forth, I am no longer a North American fan. We're gonna say EU over NA, baby. I'm an EU fan for life. This is it. I'm no longer a North American fan. I can't do it no more.
Oh my god, this
My boys
guy.
have failed me.
Did you lose like a really large bet? Is that why you're crying a little?
My pride
Bragging
has
point.
been hurt.
There you go. Pride. All right. In lieu of Worlds, and because the spirit of League of Legends, I recently got promoted in. I teared up, and I so excited that I had to wear my C9 jersey. Where's it at? Right there. Boom. And it sucks that
Nice,
they
nice.
fucking lost, but it's my C9 jersey.
Wait, did you know I actually went and saw C9 in Vancouver versus TSM? I got to take a picture with Bjergsen. And Amumu, like a giant Amumu. I wanted to take a picture with Sneaky really at the time when he was
Oh,
on
that
the
would have
team.
been cool.
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
But
Anyways,
this is my personal jersey. It has my gamer tag on it and the whole nine. I love it.
looks good on you. Anyways, glad you could make it, DBZ. Glad you're here. I'm gonna give you an air hug, so you're not alone. Anyways, I just want to introduce the teams before we get into it. Today we have Explorers of the Darkness versus Team Dingleberry. What do you think? What do you think? How do you think it's gonna go? Hyper? DBZ?
Do you mind if I go first?
Of
Take it
course.
away.
First off, I do have to say, Team Dingleberry. Ah, what a name! What a name! What a name! Whew! All right.
Yeah.
I am really excited about this week's match. We have 3-1 Explorers of the Darkness. I love that because all I think is space, and I work a lot with space, the outer space, not just space in my area. Work a lot in outer space. So Explorers of the Darkness, fucking love it. And Team Dingleberry's 4-0. God, I love it. Oh, the great names coming through. Also, great players coming through too. Couple of white horses on the side of Team Dingleberries. I'm a little worried about their mid laner. Not so much the rank, you know. And in a competitive environment, I say it week in. I've said it every week. You know, your rank really doesn't matter. It's just how your team functions as a whole. And I'm a little worried about Solus here because he's an Akali OT. You know, he's a Akali one trick, and man, I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous that he's gonna get target banned, and it's gonna spell doom for his team.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, is there anything else that's kind of in the tank for him to pull out? And speaking of which, we're actually flying through picks and bans already by the looks of it, and that's actually kind of crazy. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get right on that, shall we?
Take it away, my partner.
Okay, so as expected, the Akali ban came through, so that's not even a surprise anywhere. We also got Jarvan, Seraphine, and Udyr among the list of bans. I did see that Darkness's jungler did like to play a little bit of Udyr, so that ban coming through kind of makes sense with, you know, how that champion is in general.
Right.
So with the final ban coming through, hopefully in the next about 10 seconds here, we can kind of take a guess as what the possibility of a few of the bans are.
That's a good ban.
It's a good
Morgana's.
ban.
I feel like Morgana's a safe ban, even if the support doesn't per se play Morgana. Skill shot champions. So if they play a bunch of skill shot champions, Lux for example, then they can play Morgana essentially.
The Kog'Maw ban is not a surprise at all because EOD's AD carry is pretty much a Kog'Maw one trick, so that ban coming in not a surprise at all. So it's it's like with these one tricks, it's like what else is in the tank that you have? And like, what can you pull off to play? And it's just those questions you got to ask yourself. Now, we have a lot of options for first picks, and I was just getting ready to say Maokai is probably one of the most high priority picks in the meta at the moment, with him being able to flex 3 different roles.
I mean, I'm gonna go as far as to say 4.
What's the 4th?
Mid.
Okay.
I would go as far as to say mid, not to say it's a good pick.
Okay.
But it's definitely usable. Those river bushes could definitely help Maokai if he's shoved up in lane, give a little extra vision and protection. Love that Caitlyn coming through.
I feel like it came
Yo,
again. Another high priority pick.
I don't know what it is, but ever since her buff with the headshot scaling, as soon as I started playing with her, I was like Mastery 5. 3 weeks later, Mastery 7, and I had a game today. I kid you not. I hard carried 24-3.
Okay. I had like 2, I think, recently.
Yo, dude, the next game it stuck me in Smurf Q. It's like, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
I didn't carry that hard. Loving the Trundle. Love that Trundle pick too.
Yeah, I was thinking because with Maokai he's going to be tanky, so you're going to want to take those tank stats from him so you can kind of melt them faster, especially with Caitlyn being able to do what she does now. And we got an Aatrox locked in, so that confirms it's either Maokai's support or jungle. Ooh,
well, I don't know how I feel about Kai'Sa in a Maokai pairing. Maokai, well, now that I'm thinking about it, I saw the look. Now that I'm thinking about it, actually, that synergy is pretty disgusting.
Yeah, it could be really good. So I kind of hope they pick it. Oh, wait, they're flipping. Kai'Sa?
I mean, both. I mean, Jhin and or Kai'Sa really good right now. Jhin is unironically the most balanced champion in League of Legends. So, like he's just so good. He does a lot of damage, a lot of utility, a little bit of CC if you can land skill shots. So, you know, I love Jhin. And did you see Okay, I'm gonna stray from topic as we hover this Ornn pick. I really hope they do pick it though. I
They're
do like
picking
the Shin.
Shen. Okay, it's
I
good
like the
security.
Shin.
It's a good pick. I like it.
I like
yeah.
the Shin. Disgusting Shin players, by the way. I played
Mhm.
with one. Thank God he wasn't on the other team. Dude ults on top of me. Playing Kog'Maw, by the way, ironically enough. Dude ults
Nice.
on top of me. Triple stuns the jungler who's ganking my lane, plus the 80 carry and the support, and then triple kills them.
It's gracious.
Disgusting.
Shen is one of those champions that I just refuse to believe will ever be bad. It's just his kit is just way too good
He's
to
balanced.
even
He's
warrant
just
that.
he's actually balanced.
Yeah, like you missed the taunt. That's it. Like maybe you still do, like fend yourself off with the W in the Q. You know, for the little shield.
You
can't be
spam your
autoed.
Q, you spam your W, you can't use
Mhm.
any abilities. Like,
Exactly.
sucks to be you.
It sucks to be him. And we have a couple more bands coming in. It looks like we got a couple support bands and an Azir band coming in. That I also kind of expected. And the Lux, the two pairings with the Caitlyn, I do like all three of these bands because any
Yeah.
one of these enchanters with Caitlyn can make the lane miserable to play into.
It's really interesting targeting the support here.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
because
I'm
with,
only saying that's interesting because for Dingleberries that's their highest ranking player and ironically enough their captain too.
right.
But I don't feel like if you're the captain of the team, your mental got to be strong.
Pick Lulu.
I don't think Lulu's the choice there.
I don't think so either. I'm not really too
don't.
much of a fan of it. I would have rather preferred an engaged support personally, whether because Nautilus is open right now. Like even I would say even as far as Blitzcrank is open, even though he recently just got buffed and probably some absolute nonsense might happen over the course of
It's
patch.
disgusting. Oh my god, I played with a Blitz jungle and it's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible.
It's not good, but it's not terrible.
Okay, Syndra or Ziggs, whichever. Okay, Syndra coming in. That was the champion that their EOD's mid laner was playing a little bit today.
Yep.
A few hours ago that we saw based off the rosters and like the champions we've seen them playing. So it could be this comp is interesting. It's more of like a we're going to burst you comp instead of like the other one, which is more like sustained damage.
It is very bursty. I think the Soraka.
I would rather take the Soraka too. I mean, like you're already trying to burst them out, you might as well get sustain.
Yeah, I was about to say the Soraka would round it out a little bit more. But not only do they have the sustain, they have an interesting double front attack going on. Because you can put, Syndra and not Syndra and Aatrox. You could put Aatrox and Kai'Sa on the back line, while Soraka peels Syndra and Maokai just does what Maokai does.
And Ahri would be actually a really good response here to kind of mitigate some of that pressure in the mid lane, especially because she can. I would argue that Ahri can kind of roam. Well, not kind of. She can roam much faster than Syndra can, because like Ahri can get the push better in, and Syndra has to stay in clear waves, while Ahri can pop W roaming in the other side of the map. So we're definitely coming in with some pretty spicy. I won't say spicy. On a level of like 1 to 5 at like a Thai restaurant for spicy. This is about a 3 for the draft for me. Yeah. Like it's pretty standard. There's nothing like that's like really like pokes out obnoxiously.
I do have a comment. I do want to get Haru's thoughts on it first. So what do you think on these teams?
I agree.
Well, first I want to mention that I would have really loved to see the Jhin pick because I do love Jhin. He's actually one of my mains, so I totally understand where you came from.
Did we see the update with Collector on Jhin?
I haven't seen it yet. But...
Okay. I'm gonna let you know now. If Jhin gets a kill starting now, this patch, if Jhin gets a kill with Collector, it doesn't say 4 9s. It says 4444.
Oh.
Nice. That's very fitting for Jhin. I like it.
What took Riot so long to do that? That's my question.
I mean,
Collector's only been in the game for a year, right?
on. And I know like you guys are a little against the Lulu pick, but I have versed a Lulu, and if they're actually quite a good support player, they can do Lulu can do so many things. Like, and with Trundle, like I have a feeling they're gonna surround Caitlyn. This team, they want to bring her to the main game, right? Which is late game. So Lulu and Trundle Pillar, it's kind of like kind of like an added effect. So maybe it might make the game spicy.
I see what
I-
you're saying with that. I kind of see what Haru is saying with that. Like, kind of like
Same.
you think about it, the Trundle, the Shen, and the Lulu. They kind of want to bundle themselves around the Caitlyn to be able to get her to snowball. Well, obviously Shen's not going to be able to do anything until he hits 6 when he has the Stadium United. But like the first few levels, like the first like 5
The
levels, might
first
be just
levels are gonna suck.
yeah. They're gonna
I won't
suck.
deny that. They're gonna suck for sure. It's like Lulu and Caitlyn are gonna have to be very passive, but if they can handle
But
it, then you
Caitlyn can
know
do passive. That
she
I,
can.
that's why I love this. That's why I love Caitlyn right now, and that's why I've been
Mhm.
playing her so much. Is Caitlyn can get aggressive if she wants in that early game because that headshot damage once she hits level 2, if you can land a trap, ooh,
Oh
ooh.
yeah, yeah.
But
You're
at the same
What?
time, she's I think it's her. Yeah, if it's not Kog'Maw W, Caitlyn has the longest attack range out of all the
Up
ADCs.
until yes, and then
Yeah,
once
she would have. I
she
think she
does,
is.
but then Tristana at level 16 has the highest max auto range in the game. It's kind of
Oh,
it's interesting because like her attack speed, or not attack speed, her attack range scales with leveling.
I did not
Yeah,
know that.
yeah,
I
it was
didn't know
a fun
that.
fact I learned I think on LEC like 2 or 3 years ago or something, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. But yes,
Tristana is
generally
my nightmare. I do not like
generally for
versing
I
Tristana.
love it when people throw a Tristana in my lane. I'm like,
No.
okay, word. Put the fanatic brain inside. I got you. I'll let
yeah,
you know what it
speaking
feels
of
like to rocket jump under my tower.
Like I
yeah.
know we've been dealing with the MF picks, and I'm like, give me MF. I can deal with it. I'll take Caitlyn. You got the range. I'll even do Jin and just play passive little. But you know, Tristana, she jumps in. Actually, any kind of jump or dash champ, I'm like, please, I'll play Vel'Koz bot then. At this point,
Oh man, dude, Lucians are scary sometimes.
yeah, Lucian.
Just with that thought process, Lucians are scary. Um, Back onto the Lulu topic real fast
Yes.
because we
Yes.
said Jin and then I started thinking of supports. ADHD brain kicking in.
Oh, all
Um,
good.
so the reason why I'm not a big fan of the Lulu pick is, like you guys are saying, everybody kind of wants to get Caitlyn. They kind of want to just like, here you go, Caitlyn. Here's the late game.
Yeah.
Here's 100% crit
Mhm.
chance. Here's all the attack speed in the world. Here's all the damage. But the way EOD's kind of drafted their comp is more of they can go front to back. They can dive if they feel like it. Maokai roots coming out, locking up a backline member, the Lulu for example. Kaisa just goes killer instinct right on top of her, takes her out of the game.
Yep.
Lulu might pop her ultimate on herself. Maybe her hands aren't quick enough. I don't know, but Lulu's gone. And then Caitlyn has nobody to defend her at that point, because Ari doesn't really peel that well. She really
No.
wants to zip and zap all over the place. Shen also wants to get back there, and then Trundle just wants to be the troll that he is, just wreaking havoc in the river. And Caitlyn
And
kind of just
running.
wants to hang back on the archer's tower and just bomb you from above. And that's where I feel like the Lulu pick really kind of is not a good pick because they really need something to stick next to her and like stick next to Caitlyn and defend her. Like I would have loved to have seen Rakan instead.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Rakan's pretty good pick.
Better
Rakan would have been
engaged
really
too.
good.
What about
He
like Pantheon into like a Maokai pick? I don't actually know. I haven't had a Pantheon support. I've just
so
been seen it lately. Wanted to know your thoughts on it.
Pantheon can be a good support.
It's okay.
There's better ones.
I think
I'd
it's
rather
really feast or famine.
I'd
What
rather have a
about
Nautilus.
I'd say yeah, Nautilus, Seraphine. I don't know if they're gonna go like a super like bruisery Braum even. I love Braum
I
support.
think Braum would have been
Love
the better
Braum.
Braum would have been the better choice.
Yeah.
Because Braum and Caitlyn synergize so well together.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why I don't like the Lulu pick. She just can't really protect Caitlyn in those late game fights because Lulu at that point is looking at Trundle and she's looking at Ari, not really focused on Caitlyn back here, just lobbing artillery rounds from across the map. So that's why I don't like the Lulu pick. That's just me.
And let's assume by the late game that Syndra hasn't gotten too out of control, you know? Because
Oh,
Syndra
and
can
Pisa
literally
hasn't
just
gotten out of
like
control.
EQ or QE or what any of the combination
In
of that. just
0.2
pretty much, like,
seconds. What is with that rework?
yeah, like it'll just melt the Lulu if she gets caught anywhere, and it's just gonna be a nightmare for the Lulu. But I think early to mid it'll be okay. It's really gonna come down to the late game if we make it there. Because we just anything could happen in these League of Legends games. For all we know, like the entire team could get dumped on. Like Dingleberry could get dumped on. We don't know. We'll just have to see what happens.
What I like
Making
is that
all these predictions.
what I like is both of these teams do really well in the late game too. So even if we do get there, we're gonna see some nutty team fights.
Mm-hmm.
I know they like didn't they buffed Maokai, right? Didn't they?
Yeah, this last match.
Not
Yeah,
this
so
last match,
he's
the match before, no?
like I think he's a pretty balanced. Like I played him. I didn't play him in Norms, but I played him a lot in ARAM, and it's just like knowing his kit and what he can do when he can throw those little cute guys that run and explode on you. Like it's just I don't even. He does that damage, and then he can use his ult. His ult is huge. It's wide, and it like is quite far range. So I think he can do pretty well. But yeah, you might be right on the Lulu pick. I've just seen it where I thought one time I could dump on a Lulu, and then no, I totally misjudged, and I was like, you know what, I can't deny the Lulu anymore. Like I used to deny Janna support example, and then I realized like Janna is great support, actually disengaging a lot of champs. So I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but we'll see. Anyways, we're gonna have a break. Thank you so much for your thoughts, Hyper and DBZ, and we'll be back. And stay tuned, everybody.
Like, you know where like the cleavage is, where like the boobs touch, or supposed to touch?
No, I've never touched a woman.
Cat Everfrost used knock-on quite hit. There goes a 5-man shield there. Brexrax going to get caught up in the baby cage. Gets us going to be a 3-man shockwave in the backline.
All right, and welcome to Game 1 between these two teams, Explorers of Darkness and Team Dingleberry. And it looks like we got just a classic setup going on. We got a 5-point stance coming in from all lanes. Yep. Oh, well, Ari's in the jungle and Trundle's in the mid lane, so that's kind of meme. You know, we got some hats off, you know, just waving to each other like, hey, yo, what's up? What's going on? And I cannot wait to see what happens in this game. Oh, we got an angry bee.
Friendly banter, that's all it is. All right. I wasn't paying
attention. See with the pathing here, but it looks like Maokai is going to start on the red side naturally. I think I've seen some Maokai start Raptors, so I'm kind of surprised he's going for the red buff start. But I mean, you know, you do you. Trundle is probably going to get a leash from his bot side. Yeah, and they're going to be aware of that. Not like aware of it, but I think they're going to have an idea based off the way he walked. Unless he's baiting me.
He might be baiting you.
He's baiting me. He's going to his red buff.
He's baiting you. I feel like Trundle wants to path bot side anyways.
Especially with the gameplay we were talking about, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and just the way Caitlyn's kit works, if you can get her a little bit ahead, she just does a whole lot better when she hits that mid game.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so coming in, we're finishing up the buffs here right about now. Trundle should be, yep, okay, he just hit level 2 now. Maokai's going to do the same, and he's going to his Krugs. So we'll be kind of hovering around bot side for about a hot second. And we got some trading in mid lane.
Solus is just taking all this free poke, man!
Yeah, what the heck is going on? And then the top side, we had a wee bit of training, but not much. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I retract my statement what I said. We're probably going to get an EQ here in a second.
Yeah, here it comes.
Yeah, there it is.
Nice stun coming off of the Syndra right there. What is that, migraine? Margin? Margin. I'm gonna say margin.
Margarine.
Margarine. Oh, butter. You got it.
Alright, just call it for the rest of the game. Easy peasy. Ah. Ooh, I got something for later if it happens. Hold on.
Oh, I do too. I do too.
Okay.
Oh, I think our headspace is in the exact same spot right now.
I think so too. And not too much happening on the top lane. Aatrox is expected to kind of just like win this matchup for a little bit with just his raw power on those Qs. And Shen's gonna play the long con anyways, and he's only really gonna get tanky. I don't expect too much to happen in the top side for now.
Kai'Sa played this wave really well. She knew Trundle started topside and is going to be pathing bot. So instead of shoving the lane, she opted to let Caitlyn have the push.
Yeah, I wasn't even really paying attention to that, but that's actually a good eye. I was more watching the top side myself, kind of seeing like what would happen up there. But the really intelligent gameplay coming in for I got one shot in Coleslaw to make sure that like the bot lane doesn't be too far overextended for Trundle to come in and give Caitlyn that kill.
I mean, if Trundle comes to Kai'Sa's lane right now, they're dead.
Yes.
Until at least I think a Dirk is when she might survive a little bit more. And until she gets like at least a Dirk and Soraka, I was looking at the champ and I could not think of the name. until Coleslaw over here gets, you know, a couple of mana regen items, I don't see them winning any or getting out of a gank from Trundle if that pillar is very nice.
Maokai's coming in for a gank here. I think they just get the kill.
Nice stun coming out of Margarine. Got the root, get the first blood. Top laners are duking it out.
Yeah, I saw him kind of hovering over the mid side, and like Syndra's has to land one stun and it's over, and that's exactly what happened. No summoners burned on either side, so that's like the consolation, like you save your flash. But Maokai is able to kind of accelerate those tank stats. Syndra gets a little bit of gold herself, and now they're up 1k gold just like that.
Yeah, 1k gold. We were talking about the early game. How do you expect this early game to go out?
Well, now since I'm actually like seeing it instead of just talking about it, the bot lane is going the complete opposite way I thought it would. I kind of thought that like Kai'Sa and Soraka would like push this lane in, so like, you know, peak up some pressure. But no, they flipped it completely. They're like faking that they're like taking pressure from the Caitlyn Lulu right now to avoid the jungler to be able to do anything in this lane. And oh, Shen misses the taunt. That's so sad.
Shen misses that taunt. Holster is trying to stall a little bit of time for this Trundle to come out of the river. Gets the glacial ice. Gets the pillar. Very lovely, but little Sinjo. Aatrox. Aatrox manages to get away. Ooh, flash coming out of Timeless Tinker, but that net to get away from the Caitlyn really clean right there. Quick hands.
Okay, that was a little interesting. I mean, definitely it was just to try to close the gap on so that they can get the engage. And Maokai is sprinting at mid, and if this Ahri does not respect it, there's a ward.
Yeah. I think the idea was Maokai flashes in, gets the root, but he might have just been out of range to get the root to go through.
Right. So you were asking me about the early game, and I was just finishing on my point about the bot lane flipping the script on the pressure to not give Trundle that avenue to be able to give pressure and extra pressure to the Caitlyn so she can like accelerate the game into a state to where she can be so far ahead to where it won't matter. And it's really well done. Now the mid lane is playing out about what I expected, and we have a gank in the mid lane.
Oh, speaking of mid lane, here comes the Trundle right onto the Syndra, slicing him up like butter. Down goes the Ahri. Oh, down goes the Syndra.
I think you lost your trail of thought because I was laughing.
Yeah, I did, because it was funny. I was laughing myself. I started laughing before I even said it.
Yeah, that's how I know like I'm mildly prepared for dad jokes in the future, because I will start laughing before I even say them.
What I do want to point out is that Kai'Sa has to play safe.
Yes.
She has no choice. If she doesn't have an engage and support next to her, she's gonna have to play passively. Mm-hmm. And the more that I think about it, I think EOD anticipated Caitlyn pushing the bot lane in and chunking them out the exact way they're doing. And what Soraka does, it keeps Kai'Sa in lane. So she doesn't have to take a bad back, or doesn't have to take a bad trade like Shen over here in the top lane. That was really good by the Aatrox, landing the chains.
Maokai has also found Trundle here in the jungle. I think he's just dead.
He's found the root, and the World Ender pop from over the top of the wall. He flies in! Oh, and the flash over the top of the wall. The stereo gets out of it. He's going to take that blast cone, and Shen and Trundle live to see another day. What?
Impressive. Syndra's
What?
coming.
Oh. Oh, here it comes. Ball over on top of the minions. Timeless Tinker is going to be taking up those tower shots. Taunted up both the mid and top laner. Aatrox does not have World Ender, so he cannot get any more health back. But that
Oh my
Q3
God.
does land, but he has to flash out of there. But does take a shower shot instead. The ultimate coming from the Syndra onto the Trundle. A little payback from earlier, my friend.
That's not
Here
a
comes
surprise.
Maokai. Flash from the Shen.
Oh,
Tongue coming
the
from the
tree.
Shen. Huge shield coming down. He gets the red buff. He's trying to run away to his Ahri, but he is not going to make it. Timeless Tinker tinks down his clock.
Wow, Hauser, whatever the hell your name is, I'm going with Hauser. But dear God, that was awesome. I didn't expect him to go aggressively for the trade like that, and in response he finishes, he finished the Brimmer Vest a while ago actually. But either way, he gets the 2 Ruby Crystals off that kill. Really used to mitigate some of that top lane obnoxiousness, because he's down like over 30 CS at the moment, or just about 30 CS. So really good to get that kill. It kind of closes that gold gap between the two of them a little bit. In fact, yeah, 300 gold now separates the two of them. Like that kill was huge.
Mowgli, can we do a quick toggle to the gold real fast? I want to point out the bot lane. Neither of them have backed.
Yeah.
They have not backed. They've been in lane for 9 minutes.
Yeah, and like just now, Caitlyn goes back, finishes her boots, and gets the Noon Quiver. Kai'Sa's gonna do the same, either get the Noon
She's
Quiver.
gonna do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I really hope she does not push this wave.
I don't think they are. No, it doesn't look like they
good.
are.
Let it sit there. I can't believe that. Wow.
Yeah, and Dragon is still up about 10 minutes in the game. It's a Cloud Drake, which unfortunately makes sense why no one's going for it, because everyone hates Cloud Drake, supposedly.
I don't understand why. It's got some good stats. Really heavy trading here by the top laners. Nice 2-3. The change yanks back the Shen, but the Shen is trying to retreat towards his tower. Gets a nice shield back.
He has no
from
flash, though.
He does not have flash right now. Q2 coming
Oh,
through.
that was
Q3
close.
coming in. And the World Ender ending the world of the top laner of the Dingleberries.
That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, actually.
Oh,
I gotta
man,
admit, I thought Shen would make it back to the tower, get the under tower, and then it would be like a 1-for-1 at the end of that, but
I think he was trying to get a little bit closer before he popped the taunt. Because, you know, Aatrox also has a dash in his kit. So I
Yeah.
think he wanted to get close enough to tower so that when he dashed, if Aatrox decided he wanted to follow, he'd be in tower range.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
speaking
was
of
unlucky.
taunting, barely misses that one. Nice knockup by the
No
Aatrox.
flash
But
on
here
the Syndra.
comes
Oh,
the
my
Trundle right on top
lord.
of the Syndra. The Syndra did manage to stun up the Ahri, but she landed it with the charm, so the CC negated each other. Wow, that would have been really huge if she didn't land that.
Does Ahri I'm trying to figure out what she gained health back from. That was a lot of health she gained back.
Oh, wow, really huge trade over here by Shen.
Yeah, oh my goodness. See, that's what I was talking about. That's what he's thinking. Now he's calling the Trundle up to be able to get this kill, but I think they're aware Trundle's on the way, so he should just back off, or not. He's gonna get caught up here.
Trundle was mid lane, now he's top. The River Troll doing what he does best, looking for laners to gank. And the Aatrox is next on the list.
Really well done by the jungler there for Dingleberry. So, easy peasy, you know, they get the kill in mid lane, then they instantly rotate. He usually rotates top in order to secure the kill onto the Aatrox. Aatrox will finish the Eclipse though. So, I mean, but you're keeping him down, which is the thing. Like, he's still down 50 CS, and Maokai's coming in with the ult. Ooh, good flash.
Oh, I'm not watching because I have my camera stuck somewhere else. Ah!
And Shen just got here too, so it looks like we're coming
Oh,
to the fight.
nice Lulu coming
He's
through.
going to miss. Whew.
Oh, I can't believe I was not paying attention.
You know what? It happens to the best of us.
You were talking. You were like, oh, and here comes a fight in the bot lane, and I'm like, I'm not even looking at the bot lane. What are you talking about? I had toggled onto a champion to check something real fast, and I was not paying attention. Oh.
It's all good. It happens to the best of us, which is why I took over the brief play-by-play, and apparently all I got out was the scatter of the week had missed. So we're good.
I mean, Trundle is trying to see if he can get a steal on this. He does have smite
He
up. He
doesn't.
does have
There's no
flash.
way.
He does have flash coming up, but the EOD ends up securing that Drake right there.
I think you just give that up. You don't even try to go for it. Like, your mid laner is not roaming over because she's at tower, and then your bot laner is just, I guess, in the top side. The ping kind of gave it away. Like, what's going on? I guess she's just there to kind of, like, secure the wave. Syndra is doing Syndra things once again.
This Ari really is not respecting Margarine's ability to, you know, land those skill shots.
Mm-hmm.
Aatrox and the mid laner here are just going to do the Herald.
I think they get it. They don't.
They start up the
paint
Herald.
it. They paint it, but I don't think anyone's gonna respond to over. So this should just be EOD's Baron, pretty easy peasy.
They did do a lane swap here. Bot lane actually going top now.
Good scatter of the week.
Really good scatter of the week. Interesting lane swap coming out. Really good Q right there, and a polymorph to follow. World Ender was popped. He does flash and triple Qs on top of Lulu. She is forced to pop her ultimate. 3 members of EOD are here now. Silence coming out from the Soraka. Looking for a tower dive here. The roots do land from the Maokai. Coleslaw does walk up into range. 4 members top now. Syndra does go for the scatter of the week, does land it, but she drops her ultimate onto Lulu. Lulu barely survives. Ultimate coming out from the Caitlyn. Now they turn their attention to Trundle. Trundle has 4 members of EOD looking at him. And everybody backs out, trying to get this wave to crash.
There's a lot going on right now. So they're going to summon the Herald, break open the top lane tower, secure first tower for themselves right as plates are about to fall. They are giving it to the... Who are they giving the gold to?
Everybody.
Everyone, I guess. Okay.
Everybody. Skip of the week right on top of the Caitlyn, but she pops that net just to get out of the way. Ooh, her ultimate, it was down. If that ultimate was up, I think she actually kills Caitlyn there.
I mean, like, just... Why are you there? Just let the Herald crash the tower, let it push in a little bit, then kill the Herald. You don't have to sacrifice more of your life, because, like, if the Scatter of the Week was... Not the Scatter of the Week, the Unleashed Power was up, she was just dead there. So, I mean, just let the Herald just push in a little bit and let them back off and reset. But, I mean, she didn't die, but still, just things that could have happened and could have made this game go from bad to worse. And, I mean, it's not bad right now. They're only down 3k here coming up on 14.5 minutes. But, like, 1 dragon down, first tower is gone.
I was going to say, the gold difference right now is really just the dragon plus the tower right there.
Yeah.
So, you know, in the CS department, they're keeping the CS very even for the most part in the mid and the bot lane. Unfortunately, Shen, you know, got bullied by Aatrox, but we're expected to see that when you're Shen fighting an Aatrox.
So, obviously, right now, Shen is trying to, like, speedrun to the level 11. It significantly decreases the cooldown, and he is taking a really hard trade. That Eclipse doing work. What a broken item Eclipse is.
Oh, didn't they just nerf that? Oh, did it not work? Oh, it didn't work.
Like when they nerfed Zeri 5 times, and she's still stupid. So, I mean, Riot Games, everybody.
Nah, Zeri's stupid in the fact that she's not really good anymore. Scatter of the Week lands for Margarine right there. Nice chunk of health onto the Ari. Jesus.
I'm just waiting for her to finish either her Void Staff or Shadow Flame at this point. When she gets one of those items, she's going to one-shot these squishies.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh,
nice
good
taunt
taunt.
coming out from the Shen. Brings him right into that tower shot. Gets a nice little bit of shield, too. Aatrox might be trying to hit him with those Qs.
What is happening in the bot lane? We're just not seeing
there
this.
is a fight happening in the bot lane. Lulu manages to get her ultimate right on top of the Trundle. Trundle flashes back, but Maokai falls in suit. And here comes Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa is getting her stack. She's getting her Q. She manages to take down 1. TV from behind, but the Aatrox is going to get rooted up. Flash coming out from the Caitlyn. She is trying to get away, but she is slowed up a little bit. Kai'Sa manages to hit her with that W. Trap coming out to slow them up a little bit, but the dash from the Aatrox lands the kill.
Yeah, as expected. I'm surprised that they didn't try to go for the Stand United there, because the Shenel was up. So, not sure what the call there was for that. Caitlyn just not picking up the Gale Force. It seems like at this point, everyone should have their Mythic like about a couple minutes ago, so not sure what went on there. I guess just not enough gold allocated for anybody.
This is what I want to say. I guarantee you, Caitlyn just technically backed for the second time.
Okay.
That's probably what it was.
You're right. You're probably right.
I don't think
these bot laners would back like at all.
And that's actually concerning going into the rest of these games, because as the ADC, you're supposed to be pumping out damage. If you're not backing to get damage, how are you going to do damage?
I agree. Syndra coming in with the TP here for this dragon. This is going to be a full-on 5v5 because Shen is probably going to push the top lane a little bit and Stand United into the fight. I expect that what's going to end up happening, and the tower falls in the process, and here comes Aatrox from the side.
Split that bottom lane right there. Solus having to go into the mid lane to get that wave pushed in, but the fight is going to start off. Scatter the Weak followed in by that silence from the Soraka, and the Caitlyn falls in the process. Margarine unleashes her power, and she falls.
Yeah, like you have to stand united. Like, what do you? Like, and why is the Caitlyn face tanking? Like,
wait, did we just
should have been there for this fight?
Did we just see that? Did you just see that? The Ahri barely making it back to the fountain with the Scatter of the Weak. Oh my god!
And is trying to practice the wave when we have two people heading up to the top side to kind of go and deal with him. Like, he didn't get any work done in that process. He should have just been down at the bot side for this dragon fight, so that way it would have been like at least somewhat of an even 5v5.
Margarine just clears out the wave. Tower turns on to Shen. Scatter the Weak on top of him. 4 members are here to collect the bounty that is Shen's head, and the Aatrox claims another.
I think at that point you just save your flash. You don't even burn it. You have 4 people on you.
I think he knew about the other 2 in the jungle.
Probably, but I mean, even at that point, I would have still saved my flash.
Yeah, it's probably safe to assume they're there.
That's Sag. That's just all I can say about that is Sag.
It is. I do gotta hand it to Team Dingleberries though. They got some nice vision. They don't have decent vision. They have nice vision around the map.
Let me toggle in. Let's find out. That is blue vision, and there's red. Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty all right. That control ward's dumbing out the turret by the dragon pit. Other than that, around the Baron, it's all good.
They are keeping their eyes on the Herald, which is what I like.
Yeah, I mean they both spot each other out there on the scrying orb. Aatrox is gonna go clear that ward, and the call is: are they gonna try to bullshwack the Herald?
I mean, really, at this point, I think EOD can just force it.
I mean, there's also only 30 seconds left on it.
Oh, you are Lulu. You do not try to contest vision up against an Aatrox. Polymorph is not going to work. She's forced to pop her ultimate, but it is not gonna save her from a trip to the gray screen. But all the shielding will. The rest of the team Team Dingleberries comes through. Lulu finally comes down. Aatrox is doing all of the work. Roots coming in from the Maokai. The chains land. They try to root somebody back. The silence is coming in from the Soraka, doing a lot of work for her team. The Q coming out from the Kai'Sa is going to be able to shred a lot of that tank damage onto the Trundle. Maokai just taking a lot of free autos from the Caitlyn, but he is going to use that as a bait. Goes in, roots her up, bounces her back, and takes her head.
Wow. I'm at a loss for words. Why are you walking up like that into a Maokai? You know he has a point-and-click CC.
Yeah, there it is, shining through again. Soraka is healing, though. What?
I'm just stuck on Caitlyn walking back up at the end of that fight. Like, you know,
Solus flash with the root. Solus is just, the Stand United is going to come through, but I don't think it is going to be enough. It is not. Kai'Sa claims 3-0 now. If she wasn't scaling before, she definitely is now.
Oh my God.
Go ahead. Break that down for me. I want to know your thoughts.
I'm stuck on the idea. So Aatrox, I don't know if you saw the solo kill on Syndra from the Ahri. My camera panned down to that when you were watching the top side, so that was a pretty good, like, sneaky little kill from Ahri on the Syndra. But then flashing back up to the, oh my goodness, what is happening in the top lane?
Shin getting a little bit antsy with those trades right there. Land the taunt, but World Ender is going to try to answer the taunt with ending his world. Q3, huge coming through, and he is just going to walk him down with autos. Your shield is not going to be enough. Your taunt is not going to be enough. He dashes in, and he slams that sword into the ground, sending Shen packing.
All right. I mean, it's just a simple fact that Shen is just too far behind on the Aatrox. I think it's like a 2-level difference right now from what I saw.
I think it's just the fact that Aatrox is just broken.
Also that. Just broken champion.
So but he does have that Black Cleaver, and...
yeah. That just negates all armor.
Basically. All the armor you thought you had.
Yeah. But going back to what I was saying about that awkward in-between the mid lane tower fight, so... my camera had panned off, and, well, apparently Lulu was about to die when the shields kind of just came through clutch to save her life. Now, at this point, you know, they shut down the Aatrox, I'm thinking, oh, this fight's completely winnable. But then, like, they walk back in to near the Maokai, who, once again, for the 6th time, for those of you watching the stream, he has a point-and-click CC. If you get close and you are low, he will secure a kill for his team. So a little bit of an in play there to kind of walk back in and give away another free kill. Like Caitlyn was doing just fine up till that point.
Well, she was doing just fine until she, got into melee range.
Last Whisperer is kind of BM on Aatrox. I don't think I've seen that before.
No, I don't think it's BM. I do like it. Because if Aatrox is going to split push the way he is, whoever is going to go contest him has to be Shen or it has to be Trundle. And when those two
die.
And when those two show up with all of their armor, Last Whisper is going to really help to shred that. And plus with the Soreldas coming through, because that's probably what it's going to turn into.
And it's not even a contest for this
nice
dragon. They're just
coming
going to
out
go for the fight.
from the Maokai, going to be locking up that Trundle, but so much healing coming out from the Lulu, so much shielding coming out from the Lulu. Aatrox manages to yank him back.
Oof.
Silence comes through, and the Syndra claims one in the end. It is going to be a 1-for-0, and they continue the push towards the Nexus.
That goes the show, the power of the Maokai. They start an objective, they just put the ult to kind of dissuade you from wanting to go in. It's perfect.
Oh, I thought in his eyes.
Yeah, I thought it too. But it's like that's kind of why like you have picks like the Sylas coming in to like counter that. So that way if he does it, you do it too. Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe Solis is not really comfortable on Sylas, which is okay. But like, I would think about that. Oh no, you're dead again, dog.
Lulu face check-in. And Aatrox, you don't do that. But to be fair, she had her super up trying to get vision for Baron. So not necessarily a face check, just unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
A face check would have just been walking right in.
Yeah. Lulu with the Oblivion Orb, so that's probably going to go towards the Chempunk Chains, or what is it called? Chemtech Purifier? Whatever the hell it's called.
Without the Oblivion Orb. She
never
just
mind.
got rid of it. She had it and then she got rid of it. She probably saw that Shen and Caitlyn both have anti-healing items.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, Caitlyn's actually backing. No way.
I know, right? Let's see how much gold she has for Worship is the back. 1,500 gold. So not as much. She finishes the Mortal Reminder, which to me is fine.
It's not a bad idea. No, I like the Mortal Reminder. You have the Aatrox, you have the Soraka. You have the Soraka. So
definitely the Soraka.
I feel like everybody needs some heal cut.
Which I was gonna say, I'm fine with the Mortal Reminder. I just kind of wish that she had probably like waited a little bit to do it and get your second crit item, whether that's the Rapid Fire or the Phantom Dancer. Oh no.
That's a Zeal. That item has Zeal, my friend. Aatrox is gonna get picked right here in the red side jungle of Team Dingleberries, and this team is just gonna burst him down, but Soraka's healing coming through.
Good
Very
shutdown.
clutch, but a shutdown coming from the Caitlyn. Nice headshot to follow through, but the team keeps on going. Shen's gonna dash in onto Timeless Tinker. Tinker is going to slow him up with those little drones he has. And the Dingleberries take control of their jungle and the river, but Shen is just going to go for a little bit more. He's looking at one shot. One shot is trying to one-shot him. TP coming out from the Syndra. Syndra's coming into the river. Caitlyn's health bar very low now. Ahri has to rotate over from the bot lane. Syndra just obliterates the Lulu with the scatter of the week there. What was that damage?
That was Shadow Flame plus an almost done Death Cap. That's what that was. Oh my god. So they just instantly turn for the bear and then like they can just do it.
Yeah,
they should contest this, right? They have to. They have no choice.
Should, but can they? Aatrox is back up on the map.
And Trundle has no flash, so it's like he has to forcibly walk into the
And
pit.
he's stunned up. On top of that, I mean, even if I don't think he gets this. He's gonna look for it.
It's gone.
But it's gone. You know, Kai'Sa just does so much damage to objectives like Dragons and Barons.
I love it. That's what makes their plasma passive so great, to be able to do things like that. And I could go on all day about how much of a great champion Kai'Sa is for me personally. But just they secure the Baron. They're at 10k with their gold lead right now, and EOD looking to secure game 1. So at this point, like you're on Dingleberry's side. What are you trying to think about for like game 2 right now, Hyper? Because like you see what's happening, and you're like, what do we do for the next game?
So I mean, I'm gonna answer it the same way I answer this question every week. I don't think about game 2 until I see defeat. So I'm still in game 1, man. I'm here. I'm gonna fight tooth and nail. You're not gonna see me give up. without a fight. So if I'm Team Dingleberries and I'm trying to stay in the game, this is what I'm gonna be doing right here. Is I'm gonna be trying to send that Caitlyn mid lane when she
got one shot.
has. What was that damage? Syndra Unleashed Power did basically 3/4 of her health bar.
She finished the death cap.
Oh, EOD's jungler, Timeless Seeker going in, but he's going to get charmed up by the Ahri, but that charm is not going to do much when you are Maokai rocking so much tank items. Trundle's trying to get out of there, has to pop his Subjugate. Ahri comes over the top of the wall, jumping right onto the Soraka, but she has to retreat immediately because of the Syndra. TP coming out from the Shen, trying to save that Trundle. He's going to try to taunt himself in. One shot, not able to shred a lot of that tank yet.
Now, unfortunately,
working on that IE right now.
Yeah, but and then the worst news of this whole thing is this is Mountain Soul. This should be Mountain Soul for EOD.
And worst news about it, we have a Fed Aatrox.
Yeah, like he has Shirelda's. He's gonna kind of like delete through, like just trying to get in and steal this. Nope.
Oh, Maokai able to secure that one. And the Lulu Gall coming out for that Shen, but he falls down. Polymorph coming through, but it's not going to do much. The TP from the Aatrox is looking for that Lulu. Underpants is sweating right now. He is trying to get out of there, but the killer instinct going for the Lulu triple kill.
Yeah. I mean, it's just they're just hitting him with their wallets at this point. It's a 13,000 gold lead. Caitlyn is... Okay, I was about to say you're probably gonna die here. I mean, like you just don't walk up to the Syndra. She has almost 600 AP. Like, don't walk up to her.
Mowgli, toggle the Tingleberries vision real fast. It's actually impressive. F2.
I gotta admit, yeah, they actually have some really impressive vision.
It's actually impressive.
Good for them.
They actually set up to try to steal that dragon really well. They had vision of it. But EOD, scatter of the weak! The weakness is there! Oh, and the fight is going to continue. Kai'Sa is going to be able to take down that turret. Stopwatch coming out from the Aatrox, very clean. But he is trying to get onto the Shen. The Shen coming for the shielding. But Syndra's damage is so powerful right now. Just deleting squishies on this map left and right. Maokai taking too many unnecessary shots, but the Aatrox is trying to get in there, trying to take out that Shen. Shen is very tanky right now. Maokai has to back off. The root coming through, and the Aatrox cleaning it up.
Triumph for the Soraka here, he kept him alive.
On the Soulless, halved his health bar. Somebody nerf this champion! What?
I talked crap about Margarine saying, what else can you play? And he just whips out the Cinder.
What else can you play? The most broken mid laner apparently. Bane going for a desperation, trying to pad that KDA. But EOD closing this game out.
9-3-7. Margarine ended that game on the Syndra. 9-3-7. Well, Kai'Sa ended 7-0, but like overall as a team, they all played extremely well. That was insanity, just how good that they played that game.
Haru, I need some.
You need some tissues because
I need some tissues, please.
But you know what? I wanted to say one thing. DBZ had mentioned that make sure you don't let Syndra go crazy. Otherwise, yeah, and then she proved DBZ's like theory right for us. That's like proof with eyes.
Are you looking at these damage charts?
Here's some like paper. I don't have tissues for you to cry on. I'm so sorry.
I appreciate it.
I hope you don't get paper cuts. But
oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was a crazy game, and like I'm sorry, Lulu, not this time. But you know that was EOD. Like that was very well balanced. They did very well through the start to the end.
Very well balanced.
What is Dingle gonna do now? Like I feel like they're gonna like have to come up with something to just throw back unless EOD chooses something very different from what they've picked so far.
I just cannot believe that game. I mean, let me rephrase that. At first, it started out pretty what's the word I'm looking for?
It
I think
was
the word I'm looking for is stable at first.
Stable. Yes.
Because like you called it at the beginning at the bot lane of EOD, is that right? Yes, EOD had played it very well by not giving in to some of that pressure that other team. Why am I blanking so bad on teammates? I'm just
Dingleberries.
just so baffled over just what had happened.
You can say it's like Team Ding and EOD. Like I think that's the nicknames.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Yeah, like it's
Ding
almost
dong.
Halloween. It's almost Halloween soon, so you know.
Oh wow.
Is it the ding dong? Like it's a prank. Anyways, continue.
I'm just gonna go ahead and also chime in briefly with more sadness. Evil Geniuses are losing to JDG.
Oh, you need tissues too. Here, let me rip the paper, and then I'll share 2 tissue papers for both Hyper and DBZ
Thank you.
to
I
wipe
appreciate
their tears on.
I'll
and
just-
I will.
I'll use my C9 jersey.
No, don't get that precious jersey dirty.
What a nutty first game.
Yeah.
I just cannot believe what happened with it, and I need a breather. I don't know about you, man, but
Yeah,
woo-wee.
I need a little break
I
real
need-
fast.
I need a little break too. Anyways, we'll be back. Stay tuned, everybody. Thank you, Hyper and DBZ. Woo!
Done. Now the mid lane is playing out about what I expected, and we have a gank in the mid lane.
Oh, speaking of mid lane, here comes the Trundle right onto the Syndra, slicing him up
Hey, nice.
like butter. Down goes the Ahri. Oh, down goes the Syndra.
Syndra's
What?
coming.
Oh, here it comes. Ball over on top of the minions. Timeless Tinker is going to be taking up those tower shots. Taunted up both the mid and top laner. Aatrox does not have World Ender, so he cannot get any more health back, but that
Oh my
Q3 does
God.
land, but he has to flash out of there, but does take a shower shot instead. The ultimate coming from the Syndra onto the Trundle. A little payback from earlier, my friend.
That's not
Here
a
comes
surprise.
Maokai, flash from the Shen,
Oh,
coming
the
from the
tree.
Shen, huge shield coming down. He gets the red buff. He's trying to run away to his Ahri, but he is not going to make it. Timeless Tinker tinks down his clock.
What is happening in the bot lane? We're just now seeing
There
this.
is a fight happening in the bot lane. Lulu manages to get her ultimate right on top of the Trundle. Trundle flashes back, but Maokai
Channel.
falls in suit. And here comes Kaisa. Kaisa is getting her stack. She's getting her Q. She manages to take down one. TP from behind, but the Aatrox is going to get rooted up. Flash coming out from the Caitlyn. She is trying to get away, but she is slowed up a little bit. Kaisa manages to hit her with that W. Trap coming out to slow them up a little bit, but the dash from the Aatrox lands the kill. And right there. Solus having to go into the mid lane to get that wave pushed in, but the fight is going to start off. Scatter the Weak followed in by that silence from the Soraka, and the Caitlyn falls in the process. Shielding will, the rest of Team 4, Team Dingleberries comes through, Lulu finally comes down. Aatrox is doing all of the work. Roots coming in from the Maokai.
That's
The
a good
chains land.
shutdown.
They try to root somebody back. The silence is coming in from the Soraka, doing a lot of work for her team. The Q coming out from the Kaisa is going to be able to shred a lot of that tank damage onto the Trundle. Maokai just taking a lot of free autos from the Caitlyn, but he is going to use that as a bait. Goes in, roots her up, bounces her back, and takes her head. Those coming through, because that's probably what it's going to turn into.
And it's not even a contest for this
Nice
dragon. They're
root
just going
coming
to go
out
for the fight.
from the Maokai, going to be locking up that Trundle, but so much healing coming out from the Lulu, so much shielding coming out from the Lulu. Aatrox manages to yank him back, Silence comes through, and the Syndra claims one in the end. It is going to be a 1-for-0, and they continue the push towards the Nexus. A fed Aatrox.
Yeah, like he has Shirelda's. He's gonna kind of like delete through, like just trying to get in and steal this. Nope.
Oh, Maokai able to secure that one, and the Lulu Gall coming out for that Shen, but he falls down. Polymorph coming through, but it's not going to do much. TP from the Aatrox is looking for that Lulu.
Batman.
Underpants is sweating right now. He is trying to get out of there, but the killer instinct going for the Lulu triple kill. This is there. Oh, and the fight is going to continue. Kaisa is going to be able to take down that turret. Stopwatch coming out from the Aatrox, very clean, but he is trying to get onto the Shen. The Shen coming for the shielding, but Syndra's damage is so powerful right now, just deleting squishies on this map left and right. Maokai taking too many unnecessary shots, but the Aatrox is trying to get in there, trying to take out that Shen. Shen is very tanky right now. Maokai has to back off. The root coming through, and the Aatrox cleaning it up.
Hello, everybody. So my boy is currently doing something, so I'm gonna take over draft for a hot second while he's busy.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. All right, sounds good. Okay. I just got off the phone. They just told me that the Dingleberries need to get their shit together. For game 2.
Oh, I agree. I like it. All right, we're back in for game 2. Both me and Hyper here once again. Looks like the same band's coming through as last time, except the Maokai band is new. I like that.
Very respectful. I love
it. Very good band coming in for EOD here. Well, I guess EOD is banning it because they don't want Dingleberry to have it, which even makes even more sense. So
that's one of those pick band champions. I like it. Gragas. Okay. I am
big man with the barrel.
I need a better chair, cause this chair is gonna break during this game because Gragas gameplay. Ooh, you're gonna let EOD have Aatrox again?
Yeah, I'm not.
I just realized that.
Like, it was a problem for your top laner last game. Oh, they just changed to the Kai'Sa, so they're keeping the Kai'Sa pick from last game because it did really well. So good job for Explorers of Darkness to do that. And
you know what? I do like the patience on the Aatrox. They're like, you know what? Let's wait real fast. Let's get some champs we know for sure don't want to get taken away. I feel like Kai'Sa is one of those priority picks. Like, you definitely want to take that off the table.
Right. And there's the Aatrox coming.
I feel like they were talking to the top laner, like, hey, like, can you take Gragas? Like, you want Aatrox? Oh, into our Gragas? Oh, yeah. I mean, why not? Give it to me. That's what that was.
I see it. I mean, Aatrox is a fun champion to play, but I guess either Dingleberry's top laner is not really too familiar on it, or is just really comfortable. Let's assume this is Gragas top, or really comfortable with this potential matchup.
Well, when I was looking at Hauser's pool,
steal the Syndra. Okay.
Yes. All right. Dingleberries get the Syndra. Good. They saw how good it did last game. I am curious to see if they're going to be able to replicate that.
I agree with you on that one. We can only hope. So that also leaves the potential mid lane matchups coming in for later in the series. But for right now, they lock in the. I don't know if I like Lucian into. Okay, I mean,
Lucian's kind of in a weird spot right now.
Yeah, like I'm
because enchanters are slowly kind of falling out of meta right now. And the Nami doesn't do electrocute anymore. If you didn't know that. The Nami Lucian lane, I think it was 2 patches. Yeah, Nami doesn't proc off of her little balls anymore. The electrocute that she sticks on somebody to amplify their damage,
right?
It won't proc electrocute anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that. Very interesting. So it was probably because it was so oppressive in lane, Riot Games decided Sylas. Pause. So Sylas is actually really good into their comp.
But EOD, I don't think EOD understands about the Nami.
I don't think so.
Nami's still really good. Lucian Nami's still really good, regardless.
Yeah. It potentially could have been like a bait ban, but like, hey, we're threatening the Nami. But then they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna throw a ban at it, which is fine. So I mean, you still have Karma open by the looks of it. Yeah, they're banning the Soraka too. So Karma's still open. That's a potential pick for Lucian.
Lucian actually would be terrible.
I would rather, honestly, both supports. Pick and engage support. I mean, yeah, you have some with Sylas because he can just steal one. Any of these ultimates will be really good for him right now. But I want one of them to pick and engage support. Like both teams.
Kai'Sa, I don't think Kai'Sa really needs an engage support going into Lucian because Lucian is just so oppressive. Once he hits level 3, he's just so oppressive in lane, and Kai'Sa just in that early game just struggles really hard. So Kai'Sa really needs that little extra help when it comes to getting her 5 stack plasma stack.
So as we are coming out of the bans for the second phase, even though I meant to say second bans of base, it was all supports. All 4 bans were supports.
Oh, that's
put that out there. So what's left? Like, what do? Do you pick for your supporter or your jungler here? And they're gonna pick right now. So Shyvana jungle's coming in.
On a jungle.
I assume it'll still be like tank Shyvana. None of this AP BS. That's a lot of
comp EOD's got drafted right now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come down to execution. It's okay. It's okay. I like it so far. Again, I'll do a spicy rating after the draft is done. So now we have 2 final picks that Dingleberry has to do. I like the Jackson and the Aatrox.
Is that a Gragas support?
It could be.
Is that a Gragas
You don't really see a
support?
jungle anymore. Now that I'm thinking about
I
it.
don't
It
see him
might
jungle. I
be.
haven't seen him jungle since last season.
And they might be onto something. So if they got a Gragas support, I will instantly hope that Dingleberry wins this game because Gragas support is so much fun to watch. Now,
I
4
love
seconds.
Gragas support.
Last pick. What are they gonna pick here? Oh, they picked
Sona. Actually, Sona not bad.
Okay.
Sona got a
you are
buff.
Right, you're right.
Sona got a buff. I do believe I'm telling the truth. I do believe Sona did get a little bit of AP scaling.
I'm ready to
Q
pull it up
base
right now.
damage increased, power charge, E slow increased. Yeah, her Q and E damage got increased.
Oh,
So
yep,
yeah,
there it is.
I'm
right there.
for it, dude.
Okay, and then we got a Leona lock-in coming in for EOD, so we like those. Those are pretty dank. There's that engage support you were looking for.
Oh yeah, that's okay. There's 3 engaged supports that are like top tier right now at the moment, and they've been top tier since like last season. No, actually no. One of them took over. So top 3 this season right now, and it's Leona, Nautilus, Taric.
Okay,
Like, those 3 supports when it comes to engages, you can't go wrong.
I agree.
Like they're just
I'm
good
pretty
right
pleased.
now.
I'm pretty pleased with the pick coming in, especially the Leona. Like the Leona's so good, and
dude,
like, looking
Leona's
at
good
both of
into
these comps,
Any team comp,
Yeah.
team comp, Leona is so good. She
you
just
can't
does
go wrong.
so much for her team. She can
Cannot-
dive if she wants to. She can stun the back line while you mess up the front line. She can lock the front line up while you dive the back line. Like, her kid is just so versatile, and I love it. But
now,
you
to
go on
kind of
you go on the other side, yeah.
yeah, I was because like we have Gragas going into the jungle, very highly likely. I don't think it's gonna be Jack's jungle.
I think that'll be a Jax jungle, if anything. I think
Yeah,
Jax.
well, yeah,
is better in the
we'll have to
jungle.
see. Draft will tell us, in well, not this draft, the actual draft will tell us. But it's just I'm looking at like Dingleberry's comp. You know, you have Gragas, Syndra, Lucian, and Sona, and every alt is kind of prime picking for Silas, and also as well. Because you just steal the Sona alt, and that's an instantly free engage. Since Syndra, if someone's getting ready to get away, you can just blow them up. Same with the Gragas. So like.
Trying
Not
to
a
run
good
down
reason.
somebody, you can use the
Mhm.
Lucian ultimate. I didn't see that.
Yeah, so like this is kind of like Silas heaven right now, and that's kind of what kind of changed my mind about who I thought like was gonna like
And
take away this game.
And if he gets into a dicey team fight, he takes Jax's ultimate and just gets all that
Yeah.
MR and MR and armor. Like, wow.
So like the Silas pick was a very intelligent pick. I think they might have heard me talking last game and said pick Silas at some point, but we'll never know.
That is gonna be a Gragas jungle though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Jax top and a Gragas jungle.
Okay.
Haru, I want to get your opinion on this. What do you think of the team comp? So we've been talking about EOD's comp and how good it is because it's fantastic. What do you think about Dingleberry's comp?
You know, I feel like from what I've seen, I think Gragas Syndra synergy is quite good. Especially if he's gonna gank, because you know she has the ability to CC, he has the ability to CC, and they can both actually double throw back and push back the champ. But I feel like EOD just like their power up's just gonna be very strong, especially if they have team fight. So we're gonna have to see. And then on top of that, when you mentioned the Leona is like top tier engaged like support right now, as much as I think Sona is a great support in that she can use her ult to engage, she got the buff. She doesn't have that ability to like kind of tank out compared to like a Leona support would be.
Yeah, but she could do a lot of healing though.
That's true. So she
Late
does
game,
have
late
that
game
ability.
Leona just heals your entire team, and it's
Assuming she doesn't get blown up by Silas.
ridiculous.
So it just seems like Team Dingleberry, is it Dingleberry? Yeah, Dingleberry. Dingleberry. That's the Team Ding. Team Ding Dong, they love to carry it to the late game. Like they're all about like that unison late game. Whereas like EOD is like we're gonna be super house in the early and mid, and not to mention the late game. But you
Yeah.
know, their champions, I think they might fall off comparatively to Dingleberry's team. So we'll have to see. These two are unpredictable to me. I can't like this
Yeah.
champ synergy has never been seen. Well, I maybe like rarely, but you know this is very interesting.
I
So
mean,
do you see Hyper?
we see these synergies in one-offs. So Kaisa Leona, if I'm playing Kaisa, there's a handful of supports that as soon as I see them locked in, I'm automatically thinking Kaisa because that's a free lane. Leona's one of those supports. If somebody locks in Leona, that's a free lane. Nautilus, that's a free lane. Sometimes Blitzcrank, if he can land that hook, that's a free lane as well.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Blitzcrank.
And so I see those combos together. I see Silas Aatrox combos a lot because
They're gross.
they're just so oppressive. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
you
the
get it.
Silas
You
and
get
the
an Aatrox
Aatrox.
and a Silas on the same team. You throw a Diana in the jungle, and
Oh,
it's just ridiculous. The top side of the map is just bruiser heavy, and then you put a weak side ADC like an Ashe, like a Jin, and they're just providing all the utility to defend all these bruisey type
Yeah.
champions. It's like it's ridiculous. I had not seen the Shyvana pairing with all of this.
yeah,
Because
that's kind of where it comes. It's like I'm not sure with the Shyvana, but you know, I'm also not sure with the Sona. That's the one thing is like I've seen Sona, I've played Sona and lost into Leona so many times. But if you're
it's
mentioning that she's really good, what like how would that be like, you know,
so
if you were to vision it for me and to
so
present that?
they're
In
locking
ARAM,
this.
she's great. ARAM,
Yeah.
she's amazing versus Leona.
So
But,
in
you know, Norms is completely different than ARAM.
from the ADC perspective, I only can see one aspect of why you want it. And if I'm playing Lucian and I'm in a Kaisa Leona lane, I know it's gonna suck a lot, even though I am Lucian and I can do a lot, but I know this lane is gonna be terrible. I need an enchanter to up my damage and my passive so that I can be more aggressive, pump a lot of damage out, but I know I still have a little bit of safety knowing that a Lulu, a Soraka, a Sona is backing me up. So that's the only reason why I can justify Sona. When we get to late game, huge stuns coming out from Sona. I can see that because EOD's team is going to be a little bit grouped up. They're not going to be very spread out a lot. Silas might be able to pull one person off. Aatrox might be able to pull one. But
It's
they're going
gonna
to
come
be
down to laning phases.
yeah.
Especially in the solo lanes.
That's really why you want Sona at the moment. Just in that early game, you need to protect your Lucian because that's essentially where they want to drive that early game, drive it
Right.
through the Lucian so that he carries you to the mid game, hands it over to Syndra. Syndra says, "Thank you, Lucian. I will take the burden." Syndra dominates the mid game. And by that time, Jax and Gragas have joined Syndra in the late game and said, "Let's do this.
Do
Let's
it.
run the team over."
Let's go.
So
Yeah, I
that's
don't know
that's
what's
really
gonna
why.
happen.
What about like a Morgana pick into Leona?
I
I
think
mean, at least you have the spell shield to keep
I
them from doing anything
Like
dumb.
she
So I
has like
mean,
a really strong CC level as well with her Q.
I do think she got banned though.
yeah, she got
She
banned.
did. She did get
Yeah.
banned. Okay. Oh, then
I
never
mean, in a
mind. I
hypothetical
guess the
sense, if she
Sona
got
totally
picked.
makes sense.
In a hypothetical sense, if Morgana got picked here, she would have been good to kind of negate all the CC. But
Oh yeah, for
of
sure.
course, you know, we're here with not okay, some of the CC, not all of it. But anyways, so
Anyways, we gotta send it to a quick break. Sorry, DBZ. Sorry,
go back.
Hyper. But we will get to hear you cast. I'm excited about that. But anyways, stay tuned, everyone. Thank you for listening and watching.
All right. See you on the Rift. I got it. And welcome back. Game 2 here on the Rift. EOD up 1 over Team Dingleberries. And very spicy coming here into that river mid lane bush.
They saw them, right?
I don't know if they saw Gragas, but I'm pretty sure Gragas saw them. And they're going to 5-man walk in there, drop 2 wards. That's what I like to see. Teamwork. Let's get some vision on that red buff.
Yeah, but in return, Cinder will drop a ward, but she might
be able to get picked out. The chains land from the Sylas, getting nice passives off. Forced to flash from the chains. Jack's not able to get that stun off.
Okay.
Really good forcing that flash in that early, minute of the game.
Yeah, you fully know.
You don't.
Okay.
You don't get to stop her back, Aatrox, is what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that was really close. Okay, and then what I was about to say is that makes the mid lane just so much harder for the next 5 minutes. Granted, yeah, Syndra has the range advantage, but if Sylas hits 2 first, which in this case he's going to because he's currently he's the only one in lane. If he hits 2 first, I anticipate Syndra might just die. Like he just has so much just get on potential. So it's gonna be either a level 2 gank with this level 2 on the Sylas. It should be bad.
And what's really good for Margarine here, and really bad for Solus, that trade, for example, is that Sylas being melee, he was able to hit the get to the lane first, so he was able to get that push for that level 2.
No way.
Wow, Jack's just walking Aatrox down with the autos right there. But Gragas the jungler waiting in the bush. Scatter the Weak is gonna miss. Fights all over the Rift today. Game 2.
A lot of time.
Game 2 is starting out spicy. Nice flash coming out from Leona. She able to land the Zenith Blade.
Gragas is getting caught in the jungle. Oh no! Shyvana went to the Raptors instead. Gragas can steal the red buff.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, rest of the map. Don't fight. Don't fight. I want to see if they manage to get the steal. Oh, she knows the red buff isn't there. Is she gonna check the bush? Oh god, is she? Oh, she checks the bush.
Neither of them have smite.
Oh, the spike coming out. Gragas is able to steal the red buff, but here comes the Aatrox coming for the help, but he is going to use his belly to fall over the top of the Baron pit. Jax is able to walk down the Aatrox, taking a nice Conqueror proc, has to flash that Q3. Shyvana still in the area. I don't know if that's worth it.
You get the red buff, cool. So you steal a buff from the Shyvana, which is nice. She has to force to burn her ghost. Gragas doesn't burn any summoners, but Jax does. So in retrospect, oh goodness gracious.
Oh, really good trading by the Aatrox. He manages to block that auto, but not those abilities coming from that Q. That Darken, Deathbringer. Oh wait, no, Darken Blade. I was totally correct. Yeah. I don't know why I was tripping up. Oh god,
it happens to the best of us. It's Friday. It's the weekend. I mean, I got stuff to do this weekend, so I'm not really doing nothing. Oh, also, I'm casting on Sunday for those who don't know. So.
Oh, you're casting Sunday. Interesting. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you about it after the game.
It's here. It's for I think Rampage or whichever league it is on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
They needed a color, and I said, "Hey, I'll do it."
I got you.
But tomorrow I'm going to a marching band competition to support my my fiance's younger sister because I like marching band.
Hey, very cool. I used to hang out in the band room all the time. Wasn't in the band, just did. Ooh, Scatter the Weak coming down onto the Sylas.
So back to League of Legends. Shyvana is now going to try to do the same invade, which
try to
is
do
not
the
going to
exact
work.
same thing, but Gragas has a lot more mana than he does last time. Sylas is coming over for the rotation, but the Gragas manages to take the big raptor. Here comes the barrel, here comes the airborne, here comes the stun, the tower shots, the first blood over to the Gragas.
Yeah, just unlucky, just kind of walking into the jungle with absolutely no vision of where Gragas was, so they didn't know he was coming, and your mid laner didn't have Prowl to be able to help you, so like, you're just kind of putting yourself in a losing situation there.
That was a salty invade. That's what that was.
Yeah, that's what that was. So Timeless Tinker, I mean, credit to them for the effort. You know, they got mad that the red buff was taken, which the Stro just really well done to be there just in time and to get the big raptor, so never really loses anything off of it.
A little bit of time. Wastes a little time of doing a little bit of pest control, trying to get a dragon out of his jungle.
True. little Dargan. Looks like Shyvana. I'm not sure what she's building right now, but that should be probably the Bomby Cinder coming in if she's gonna go the tank build. She has pressed the attack, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with her build in this one.
Isa, explain to me the call, please. It does not make sense.
Oh, for the call? Yeah. I don't know.
It doesn't make sense only because you got the Leona. You need a little bit more raw damage for a Leona lane as Kai'Sa. I gotta say, Holster is managing to get out of these chains a whole lot better than he was game 1.
Something about like the difference between it's like night and day between the Jax and the Shen.
Oh yeah,
like,
100%.
Right now he's on. Oh goodness.
Oh, but the World Ender's gonna pop the
Whoa!
flash coming out, and the Q3 from the Darkened Blade sends him to the depths.
All right, I was just getting ready to compliment Hoser for that, and then he dies. So
he took those first 2 shots of the Q1 and Q2, and it just gave Aatrox a nice window. Oh, but Unleash the Power stolen by the Sylas. He's going for a really heavy trade. Manages to pop the ultimate, but it does not do enough. Heal coming out from the Kai'Sa. Gragas manages to get the stun on top of them. Where was that Glacial coming from? Oh, Leona stunned up somebody, so it slowed him up.
Is he BMing?
Gotcha. Oh, he's BMing.
Oh, okay.
He's BMing. Wow.
That was either BM for the faster recall or just pure BM for the just because.
Because,
so,
yeah. Maybe faster recall. But Margarine and Coleslaw are gonna walk into Starrow's jungle. Are they gonna do anything about it though? That's the question. Zenith Blade is gonna miss. The chains are not going to hit him, but he gets everything off that Raptor camp.
Well,
Margarine's gonna try to jump out from behind Solus. Solus not able to dodge that stun, but Margarine is able to flash out of that stun from the Gragas though.
Okay,
to the wave.
Flash for Flash in the mid lane, and Dragon's gonna be started up here by EOD. Not really gonna probably be contested because Tinker has Smite, and he should get a Smite item off of that. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So our free Infernal Drake and then Hextech will be the next dragon. All right, taking all bets. What's going to be the Mountain Soul?
You love that Mountain Drake, don't you?
It's my crystal ball for Worlds, and it's like one of the least drakes.
Ocean.
Anyways, what is the rift gonna be? Which elemental rift do you think we're gonna get? So we have Hextech and Infernal already being taken.
Ocean.
You have Ocean. Okay.
Okay.
I'm down for that.
Ocean.
I think it is going.
Ocean.
Okay, I'm gonna say Cloud because that seems to be our curse, and we always get Cloud Souls.
We don't always get Cloud Souls. We often get Cloud Souls.
It's more than it should be.
Margin did a really good job, good dodge of Scatter of the Week right there. I think if she locks him up, she might have kill pressure on him.
Maybe, I don't know.
She did have first strike up, which is why I'm saying it.
Timeless Tinker.
Oh, Timeless Tinker coming in, and Sona manages to stop her back just in time.
She's
the Lucianol coming out to try to buy a little bit of space. His health bar looking a little bit low, but that stun coming out from the Leona does a little bit of damage. And Lucian doing a really good job of getting out of that. Still maintains his flash. Chains whiff from Margarine right there, but he does manages to get that Kingslayer in. Give him his help.
Oh my goodness, there's Gragas.
Here comes Gragas again. Coastla trying to run away, but the barrel knocks him right back into the waiting arms of the Sona.
Give it to the Lucian.
Plasma charge is not going to go through, and they hand that over to the Bane. He will be the bane of your existence. Oh, wow. Did Solus go down while we were not paying attention?
Yeah, my camera went to it, and it was so close. But Gragas should get the
Flash
straight
coming
kill.
out from Starro and cleans up the Kingslayer.
Oh man, yeah. You were kept watching that bot lane scuffle. My camera turned to mid lane and went to go see that. It was so close. The ultimate just wasn't enough to secure the kill onto Margarine, and he just walks out with barely any HP. Then Gragas kind of comes in and finishes off the kill. So kind of nice. I kind of like this when sometimes my camera switches in another fight while you're still going on about one, so I can at least like tell you what happened. So I like that.
I do like that a lot because I'm getting in the habit of when the fight starts, I keep my mouse active so that the direct camera stays here. So like I'll turn it off just so I can keep watching this, and if those scuffles do happen, unfortunately I'll miss it, but like you said, it switches over so you get to catch the action.
Yeah, so we like that. So that's what happened in the mid lane. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade in the end. And Team Dinkelberg. I'm calling them Dinkelberg for the rest of the game now because of Haru. Anyways, so they are up 700 gold, and I am actually kind of glad for that. So not as bad of a start as last game was, because I think 10 minutes, and by this point, it was, oh god.
Chains are going to land onto Solus right there.
Okay,
man, dude, Starro's sitting in the river like... does Margarine know is my question. You think he knows?
Have you seen that meme of the Riddler from the Batman just kind of looking and says, "Does he know?"
I'm not. You gotta send that to me.
I'm gonna send it to you right now because I can.
I love the Riddler. It's one of my favorite Batman villains. He's just like, I know your identity. I'm not gonna tell anybody because I am better than you. That's just like, I love it.
All right, where's it? There is it. There it is. I love this image so much.
Ooh, Aatrox getting a little bit of ballsy. Gonna pop his ultimate. Not Aatrox, Jax getting a little ballsy. Popped his ultimate. I think he was expecting to... I love it. Does it?
Syndra over the wall here. She's gonna try something cheeky if this Lucian pushes up.
Oh yeah, the Shyvana right there. Oh, but here comes Underpants. Better strap your underpants on. The flash coming out from Bane manages to escape that.
Woo.
But that Void Seek did connect. Oh man, the quick hands from Bane. I love it.
Yeah, those are some really good. And Silas coming in, but he's going to get knocked away with a scatter over the week. That should neutralize the play in the mid lane. They're clearing out vision here in the bot lane to prep up for this dragon, which is up in 30 seconds. Will they fight for this? I think so. The bot lane...
Chains are going to land, and he does steal the Unleashed Power, but it's not doing any damage right now for him.
Yeah, it's not gonna really do anything, especially because he can't get those extra Syndra balls that Syndra can get.
With her new passive, you're right.
Yeah. So, like, it won't do as much. Like, when you get some items, it'll probably start doing more, but for now, it's not gonna really do anything. A tower plate should fall here in the top side.
Oh,
or Aatrox will just kill him.
Wow. Oh, Chains are gonna land, but he's gonna walk out of the... Oh, fight over here, over the top of the dragon wall. Margarine Hack Slash coming out from the Zenith Blade is going to land, but she's going to get knocked back by that barrel. It's a 3v4 here. Killer Instinct going wide, but the stun coming out from Underpants is going to be able to lock them all up. Here comes the Lucian, all trying to give a little bit of space for his team. Predator was popped by Starru, and a fight in the top lane leaves Poster begging for health.
Okay.
Some big ultimates from Dingleberry's popped.
That was kind of nuts. I mean, Leona still has the ultimate to try to stop the steal here from happening. Will he go in for it? I believe in him.
Starro over the top of the wall, but he's gonna get stunned up. Kaisa steals the kill. Ivana is gonna ult her way onto the Lucian. Underpants manages to take down Timeless Tinker with the help of her ADC. One shot, does not get one shot, but she does fall over to the Sona. Here comes the Silas, grabs the Sona ultimate, stuns up the Gragas, but he takes out the Lucian in return. Flash coming out from both the mid laner and the jungler. Barrel's gonna buy a little bit of time. Chains aren't going to land in the river. Postlaw is getting deleted by the Syndra.
Never mind, 2 more
Postlaw is trying to come through. Syndra manages to clean up the kill. Margarine cannot catch the fat man with the barrel.
Ooh-wee, that's nuts, but
goes wide. The Kingslayer turns his attention to Syndra. Solus maybe buying a little bit of time for Underpants. Underpants comes in, providing a little bit of extra support, but Margarine, like butter, cleans up the mid laner. Just spread you on some toast and have you for some breakfast in the morning.
And he's going for the dive with no mana. This is
he has no mana. Underpants looking really, really ripe for a shutdown goal right there.
Okay, so Homeboy just gets 4 free kills at the end of that.
Can Lucian 1v1 him?
No! He has Kingslayer up, and he doesn't have any anti-heal for the Kingslayer. He honestly, and he's 4 levels up, he could honestly just kill him. And he's gonna try.
Oh, nice stun coming out from Margarine. Takes the Lucian ultimate. And just 1v1s the Lucian. I love it. Takes out 3 people in the bot lane. They're kind of trickling in like like moths to a flame. Ooh, nice flash from Aatrox. Wow. Postlaw is here. And Solar Flare, Hextech, ultimate, Hextech flashes prime. But the stun and the dodge is going to come through. The stun is going to come out. Coleslaw bought a little bit of time for the Aatrox, and the Aatrox is here. Here comes the jump. Here comes the flash. Here comes the stun.
One more
Aatrox
kill.
is looking like a sitting duck.
He
Tries to
wa-
dash.
oh.
Tries to get the Darkened Blade. Takes 3 tower shots. Does not get it. But
He wants the
Bane
execute.
comes to
Oh.
end the reign.
Okay, a lot of nonsense going on across the
Oh,
map.
this is such a weird series of events that are happening right now.
I honestly just completely forgot what happened after that Dragon fight. Just a lot of just nonsense happened on both sides.
Oh.
Silas getting 4 free kills because I will say it. I'm just gonna say this and take with it what you will. Kingslayer is the most broken ability on Silas. It does way too much healing and needs to be nerfed and has not been nerfed enough. So that's my feelings on that.
Healing's been nerfed.
I know it hasn't been nerfed enough. There's no way he should press W and get 500 health back. Like, just no, stop it.
World Ender coming out, targeting Bane. The chains are gonna land. Huge
gets the
Q2
kill.
damage coming through. The stun is gonna come out from the Sona. The World
Okay.
Ender can't do enough damage. The Kaisa gets
Okay.
deleted in the mid lane. The tower does fall. Here comes Starward. Starward does pop the Predator, looking for that. Silas gets the airborne, gets the stun. They get the slow onto the Coleslaw, but the Slow Slayer is gonna land. Bane is locked up into that glacial route. Wow. What an interesting fight happening here in the top lane. Timeless
Silas is
Tinker
coming to clean up.
chunks out the team of
Here
the
comes
Dingleberries.
Silas.
And the Kingslayer comes to end the kingdom. EOD is getting flipped. Syndra comes into the top lane, flips the script. Aatrox comes in, eliminates the Scared of the Week right onto Coleslaw. I don't even know what's going on right now. Aatrox is
Works
looking
are
for
hard
the
and it's
Syndra
okay.
shutdown, going over to Shyvana. Have
You know
you
what?
read the books? Series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, I love those
This
books.
game needs to have its own book series. Series of confusing events. What is happening?
Okay, so a lot happened over the course of that fight because it looked like the fight was going to go towards Lil Sejong's way, with, you know, Aatrox being Aatrox. He looked like he was about a 2v1, but he gets exhausted, then I think stunned, and so they kind of get the peel off of him. In the mid lane, Syndra takes first tower, but Kai'Sa's a little too close, gets scattered the weak on, and then just gets blown up by Syndra, as an AD carry does. So Kai'Sa living up to her name, she pretty much got one shot. And then the extended fight in the top lane after that, this was just weird. Because it seemed like Aatrox should have not have chased as far as he did, so then he gives her a kill over to the Lucian, followed by just more weirdness happening. Jax gets the bot lane tower in the process of all that, and it's like, what the hell is happening this game? It's much closer than it was. Only 200 gold, 300 gold separates these teams, and we have Cloud Soul Point coming up for EOD here in a second. Like, ugh. It was a lot.
Called it, by the way, Cloud Soul.
Oh, hey, nice.
Ooh, top laners are duking it out here in the bot lane. Lucian is getting 1v1 by the Kingslayer himself.
No one has anti-heal for that yet.
Yeah, not yet. We do have the Shadow Flame coming through, so that might help a little bit.
Is he gonna
Errol,
try to
he's
steal
going.
this?
Oh, he's looking for. He does. And he's over the top of the wall. Shyvana is gonna follow. The stun coming out from the Sona was huge. Barrel.
Help your jungler team.
The support and Timeless Tinkerer, but that Locket of the Iron Solari manages to save them.
Wow. I don't know if the audience.
Before you do, World Ender pop by Shojin. You know what? Aatrox. World Ender pop by Aatrox. Margarine is gonna get the power unleashed onto his face. In the bot lane is still going on. 3v1. Aatrox's healing is too much. Jax manages to take him down. Solus is still 1v1ing. The Scatter of the Week does manage to keep him at bay. Both of their health bars are very weak. The chains do land. But here comes Bay. Gale Force in. Here comes the W. Does he get that passive double shot? He's
Kingslayer's gonna be up in a second.
Here comes the dash, and he does secure the kill. Nice kill going over to the ADC for the Dingleberries.
Shyvana smited early. That is
I need to
so...
hear that dragon. Tell me, break it down for me from start to finish.
Well, Jax is TPing into the mid lane to try to do something with Kai'Sa. I don't think he's going to do anything, so we will go ahead and now back to that dragon. So they had vision of. So I almost said Dinkelberg, completely unironically. So Dinkelberg had complete vision of the dragon. They saw it. Leona tried to stop him from getting into the pit, so he eased into the pit. I didn't see if it was an E or a blast cone. Shyvana
Blast bombs.
smites out of panic, and then he smites to secure the dragon, and Jax is getting caught out here in the jungle.
Oh, he is getting caught out, but is he looking? He wants to take this fight. Shyvana goes unstoppable, but the stun is going to land on both the top and the jungle.
Oh no!
But
this
here
a bad
is
fight.
Underpants.
This is back.
By the Killer Instinct. Shyvana's health bar is very low. Here comes the Kingslayer.
Okay.
But they do pick up the Shyvana in the end. It is a 1-for-2 in favor of EOD.
Yeah, that was just too funky for them to kind of just be in the jungle like that with no vision. Sylas TP's into the back there and just completely shuts it off. Not worth 2-for-1 in favor of EOD, and just why are you there like that? I don't know.
But I do have to say though, although this game is a lot funky in terms of movement and team fights, Margarine going over here, but that nice dash from the Lucian to get out of there.
Really nice. Wow.
Oh, quick hands, my man. Quick hands.
That's why I love my
I'm
AD
envious.
carries.
As an ADC, I am envious. My hands aren't that quick.
Yeah, same. I will admit, I did play a little Lucian mid for a while, because back when Sylas had that prestige skin, I think last year, me and my friend kind of like duoed in together. He played like
Project
a bunch
skin?
of Sylas top, and I played a bunch of Lucian mid, and that's when Lucian mid was really broken.
Oh, and it was just Lucian's solo lane was broken.
Yeah,
I remember
just
that.
Mondo stomped everyone, and it was
remember
like
that.
me and him were on like a fat win streak for like
Ooh.
several games, and then we stopped playing, and I stopped playing
That
Lucian,
is-
and we started losing.
That is really unfortunate. Shyvana was forced to drop the Herald. They couldn't really get pressure on a tower to drop it, and it just falls without doing anything. But what I was gonna say before we got
for Shelly.
moment of silence. Can I have F in chat, please? F for respect. All right, moment of silence over. What I was gonna say though. What I was gonna say, and now my train of thought is completely gone. Jesus Christ!
Oh,
I love having ADHD. It's so much fun.
isn't it great? I love it.
Oh, what the hell were we talking about?
I
Oh,
was
the
gonna
game
get
stake. Oh, the game stake. Oh, Shadow of the Week right on to Timeless Tinker. Timeless Tinker has to go unstoppable on top of the wall. Dragon form able to save her. Kingslayer manages to get the Gragas barrel. What is he gonna do with that?
You please don't get too close to Sylas. He will kill you.
Oh, Jax over here split pushing this bot lane right now.
Well, yeah, good call. It has
I
to
love
force
it.
someone to come to him, and it looks like it's going to be answered by two, Aatrox and Shyvana.
Aatrox and
Should just back
Shyvana.
off.
But that brings me to the point that I was actually gonna say, because thank you, Jax, for allowing me to get my train of thought back. Although confusing and weird and really weird team fights that both teams are taking in awkward positions on the map, Team Dingleberries is actually doing a really, really great job of knowing where they want to be on the map as far as how they're going to allocate everybody. We saw them last game, lane swapping, which is really cool. Back to my point, after we set up for this dragon, because it looks like EOD is going to try to force this one. Here comes Syndra on a TP flank in the backline. They do not have vision of her, I don't think.
They pinked it out. They dropped some pinks.
Oh, Sylas is going to go looking for her. The Scatter of the Week does fall, but here comes this Jax to save
Here
her.
comes the whole team.
And the whole team is going to follow through. They ignore the Drake. Solar Flare is only going to land onto the Jax. Jax is looking for something, but the Aatrox is going to get soloed out. He's going to get Scatter of the Week. Here comes Jax into the back line. He's going to get stunned up by the Leona.
Dragon.
They turn their attention over to the Aatrox. Dragon was claimed in the end. There's a fight happening in the background. Lucian manages to 1v1 the Sylas. Kai'Sa manages to clean up. Oh, nice Scatter of the
Holy
Week.
damage,
Followed by the
Batman.
Lucian on the back line. Coleslaw going to jump in on top of that with the Zenith Blade. Has to flash over the top of the wall. But they do claim him with the Shyvana AoE ability that she has. Do not know what that is. Scatter of the Week doing so much damage. Oh my god.
Goodness gracious. I'm looking up what that's called right now. It's called Flame Breath.
Oh my god. What is Syndra damage now?
Oh no, they're going to
They're going to catch out Solus. The change do
Missed the
miss. He
Infernal
goes
Chains.
airborne. He does get a lot of damage off, though. Coleslaw is able to get there. Nice
Scatter
damage,
the Week,
though.
just
They're
one
kind of
scatter-
stalling
oh,
for a
close.
little bit. Scatter the Week going to catch up both of those people. TP coming in really late. Two
Another
TPs
TP
coming in,
coming
actually.
in.
Jackson's gonna come over here, jump on a Timeless Tinker. He goes down.
Okay.
The Kingslayer is looking for a prize. His king right now is that Jax. He's going to Q over on top of
World
Aatrox.
Ender's
World
back up.
Ender was popped. Airborne goes. The Aatrox. And he gets so much healing off of that. Gragas falling. Underpants. Killer Instinct coming in on top of the Jax. Jax is trying to stay alive. Summoner's trying to keep him alive. Double kill over to the Aatrox. Silas manages to pick up the... And just what is happening on the Rift today? What is going on?
I would like to point out that fight lasted so long. The World Ender came back up, and the Killer Instinct came back up. Every ultimate came back up.
What is
during
going
that fight.
on?
Silas just finished his death cap too, so...
Silas died before Dragon fell. Dragon
Uh-huh.
falls. The fight continues. Silas spawns. Silas TPs. And Silas and Aatrox clean up the fight.
And then
And if you even call that a fight, like what?
That was a brawl. It wasn't really a fight. Like they just kept fighting for like 2
Right.
minutes straight.
God, I love this game.
They fought before the dragon was taken, and they fought after the dragon
They
was
fought
taken.
before, they fought during. Shyvana was on the dragon and everybody was still duking it out. Like, what?
There's a lot to unpack from what happened in
There
that
is
fight.
a lot. Oh, Aatrox stopped his back. They both go airborne. The chains are going to land, but a
Wanna
really
fight
good
this?
stopwatch.
Oh my god!
Timeless Tinkerer going unstoppable. Lucian, very low
Oh,
health.
dead.
Oh, nice dash over the top of the wall. And Marjorie did take that Lucian all and immediately burned it.
Okay, so Shyvana Blast is going to do a lot more damage thanks to the Demonic Embrace, which I was wondering why the hell is she doing so much more damage? And, you know, Demonic Embrace makes sense. But I just, from the start of that whole thing to now, it's just so... Okay, so back during the Dragon, the fight got split because Lucian got the shutdown on the Silas, which was huge. You know, that's a lot of gold funneled into him to be able to, you know, do what he needs to do later in the game. But, like, that's kind of where it also fell apart for Dingleberry. That's where it fell apart because the fight got split. So, like, their entire damage in the Lucian was was elsewhere while they were trying to peel back into the lane. And that's kind of honestly how far my brain is letting me go because like the rest of the fight just kept going all over the place.
It just kept going, and it just kept going, and then it just kept going. It didn't stop. Non-stop action. Game 2, EOD versus Team Dingleberries. Oh, EOD trying their hardest to make this a 2-0 sweep.
Yo, if we get sponsored by G Fuel, can we call this the G Fuel?
Oh,
play?
nice stunt from the Jax, locking up the Kingslayer, but he is going to steal his ultimate, getting a lot of armor
no.
and MR. The tower is laying down the rounds onto Coleslaw. His health bar goes very low.
Shyvana dies.
Oh, Timeless Tinkerer getting a little bit too out of hand. The Aatrox taking so much damage.
Okay, this is good.
The Lucian, but the Scatter of the Weak scatters his essence all over the rift, sends him back into the fountain. Two for one in favor of Team Dingleberries.
Jax was kind of balls deep into the team, so it kind of makes sense.
You know what? I like it though. Jax is doing a really good job. Oh, nice.
He actually hit it.
Sets Bane up for disaster, but does it really? Gale Force
Gale Force.
shuts down the Silas, and they're going to look for a little bit more Predator Scatter of the Weak.
Good stun.
Onto the Kaisa. Kaisa gets one shot by Solus.
Live it up to your name, man, guys. We've been fighting for the last 5 minutes. The Dragon's getting ready to spawn again.
I want to say since minute 10, the fighting has not stopped.
They are beelining into this Dragon. Well, I mean, they know, like,
channeled
this.
and manages to go through. Did not know that's how that interaction works. Even if the ward died, and even though he channeled it, it still went through.
Yeah, I've known that. It's kind of a weird interaction.
Did not know that. I love that interaction.
I just... Are we good now? Are we good now? Are we good?
Can I take a...
just a little bit of really. Let's
All right, if these fights are going to continue to go like this, I'm going to get the main action bits, and then when we have those just last minute like swinging and swings. So when we get the main action and then it dissipates, but we're still swinging, you're going to take over. Okay.
You got it. I understand.
So just break down the fight itself. We can discuss the the wild haymakers as they fly.
So Baron buff. Obviously, oh no.
Oh, Starro caught out. Oh, nice barrel though to get
job.
out of there. Oh, Q2
Doesn't
gonna
have
knock
flash.
him up, but a nice.
The rest of the team's coming, so this is
5
doable.
members on top of him, but a huge start coming out from that
God.
Sona. Here comes Jackson to the back line. He does get a really big stun, but Slayer. Oh my goodness, what an ace going over to EOD. The Kingslayer comes in, he steals the ultimate and says, return to sender, Sona. I'll stun your whole team and ace them while I'm at it.
It was a 4-man stun because Gragas already died by the time, so they're gonna open up an inhibitor here.
Oh my god, that's game, right? That's game.
This might
That's
be game. The
game.
death timers are long enough, so I think they will end the game here. So,
They-
like, they don't need any more
They have
minions.
the damage.
That was nuts. What a way to end the game. Just one fight like that.
Way to end the game.
Yeah, EOD takes the series.
EOD showing up.
That was insane.
Oh my goodness! Margarine put the team on his back in that last team fight and said, let's go to the finish line. Follow me. I have the flag. Ah! And they charge in and they win. Oh my god, what a way to end the game. I'm freaking out over here.
Like,
Holy
we were gonna have,
shit.
like, I just thought we were gonna have like 5 to 10 more minutes of absolute nonsense and
Oh
fighting.
my
but
god.
that one Sona ult ended the whole game.
I gotta say, it was actually 2 Sona alts. Because Sona, her ult
Yeah.
herself, did huge work. And then Silas says, nah, man, I got a better one for you. Sona ult 2.0. Coming at your whole team, acing them, and then we get the win. Oh my god, Haru, can you please help me out here? I'm freaking out. That game was
31,000
insane.
damage from Syndra.
Okay, so while I was doing that, I had noted that you had mentioned League of Confusion, or the unfortunate movie of unfortunate confusion events in League. So
Oh
I
my
made
God.
a little question mark for you. And then, based on both your reactions, I also made exclamation marks to your confusion. So that's
my
my take on
God.
that. But you know what? I want to say that first of all, Margarine is like such a good player. I mean, everybody was amazing, but like for Silas is like he'll just steal your ults, and he's just so tilting, and I just like he's so powerful in lane. And then on top of that, the Aatrox. Why was he not banned in the second match? He was just so good. And then it's kind of like the team was like, if Aatrox not get banned, he's automatically picked because he's our hidden card,
You know what?
But
I'm not even mad. I have a strong feeling. Hauser said, let the Aatrox through. I'll handle him. And he did
I
actually a
got
pretty good job.
Yes,
He did
he
act-
good.
it's like
He
oh,
actually held the
no.
Aatrox in lane pretty well. And he was I say he wasn't winning in the trades, but he definitely was taking them a lot better than he was game 1.
And he
So-
wasn't down as much CS this time.
No,
like,
they
the
were-
lane was much closer.
They were even pretty much
Mhm.
all the way through.
Also, I know where I got Dinkelberg from. Like, I'm so sorry for calling Dinkleberry Dinkelberg. I know where it's from now. Have you
I
ever
know where
seen
it's
Fairly
from.
Odd Parents?
Oh,
they're like,
yeah.
Dinkelberg. Like
That's
that.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
odd parents.
Oh,
the neighbor.
Kimmy's dad.
Just your dad
so
hates
dumb.
Dinkelberg, but he's so nice. And then anyway, so it's like EOD is like Dinkelberg, like my
Where's you,
neighbor.
Dinkelberg?
It was you, Dinkelberg.
I'm not gonna lie. I
But-
thought it was Phineas of Ferb. It's
Oh, that one
Doofenshmirtz.
too. Anyways,
It's Doofenshmirtz. Oh, I'm so stupid.
but you know what? Both teams played so well. Like I'm a huge fan of underdogs, so I was cheering for Dinkleberry. But I also have like a huge respect for Explorer of Darkness. Like they
If
took
we go-
it. Like
If we go by the record, technically EOD is the underdog in
This
this.
was an upset.
oh, they're
Yo.
the underdogs. Dang. Okay. Well then,
Team
you're like I go
Dingleberry,
by the
4-0.
EOD. Oh
4-0
wow.
coming into the week. EOD handing them their first win
Oh,
with
wow.
authority.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
gotta do like the exclamation. Like I'm the confused one here. Like,
Yo.
whoa, what? Like,
Because game one was absolutely in control of Explorers of Darkness, like
Oh, yeah.
from minute like 2 all the way through. But this one was closer. But like just this game was it was going back and forth. And there was that period after the fourth or fourth Drake it was, where they were just fighting for 5 minutes to the point where alties were coming back up during the fight when they were popping them again. Like, Silas had died to Lucian after that one dragon fight. He comes up, TP's back in and gets a triple kill, I think it was. It's like, what is going
It was
on?
a double or it was a
Yeah.
triple. It was ridiculous.
he was like, I'll just take someone's ult. I'll kill them first. Wait until my ult restarts to take that ult. And then I'll kill the second person. And then I'll wait again. Like, it was just a whole, like,
I'm actually going to go back
Patience.
to that real fast.
yeah.
Continue going, TBC. I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know, what's your opinion, DBZ? What do you think? As Hyper's looking at the replay.
That was insane. Like, I really want to go back and watch that myself just to see like how long that whole thing progressed. Because if I remember correctly, the whole thing started kind of weird because like it was seeming like they were like not EOD Dingleberry was posturing to be able to go for the dragon, and their jungler name I'm blanking off the top of my head was he goes in, he doesn't get the smite off. Kaisa ends up taking the dragon, to which then the fight starts. So Lucian.
Oh no, you're thinking of a different drag. This one
Okay.
started off with because I found it. Soulless
Okay.
Soulless TPs behind the wall
Okay.
next to the river, but EOD was able to sniff it out. Margarine goes over to stop it, and then the rest of Team Dingleberries go in to support the
Dragon?
Syndra. I kept blanking on the champion's
The
name. Oh my
Syndra?
God. The Syndra, yeah. So Syndra
Yeah.
TP's in the back line. Silas comes to stop her. Then over the top of the wall comes the Jax. Over the top of the wall comes the Gragas. And that's when the fight starts. Officially starts there. Minute 24. Okay. 24.
No,
And
like
24
both of
minutes
you were
is when
looking
the
different.
fight starts. I will let you know when it ends.
I believe it. I'm trying to go
Continue.
back to and see if I can find it.
But as a whole series, give it to me, man. What'd you think as a whole series?
And the whole series, it was game one seemed like it was going to be completely in EOD's control, or not seemed like it was in EOD's control. So it kind of gave me the idea that like EOD has a chance to pull off this upset. But then game two happens where it's much closer. Gragas gets the kill in the jungle for that first blood, and it seemed like okay, well, Dingleberry has a chance here to pull this off. And then just all that constant fighting. Like I'm going back right now to look at, so that's 16, it's 21 minutes. And like it's just I'm looking at this, like that one fight is just, it was so chaotic. And I really want to know what the comms were for that. It's like what were the calls for the comms? You have Silas in the back line going and fighting the Lucian. Then you have the rest of the team fighting a 4v4 in the side, which they are losing because Lucian's not there. So really unfortunate miscommunication coming in for Dingleberry, and just like the absolute like the mental fortitude, I will say, from the Aatrox actually is what I will say. He just kept going forward and would not stop going forward, and he just kept
Actually
fighting.
insane.
It was crazy, just an absolute nut series, and I loved every second of it. It was so much fun. I really would love to see these two teams play again sometime. Like,
I mean, I'm pretty confident these two teams are going to be going to the playoffs 100%.
We're week 5, so yeah, they should already be.
Yeah, I think they have their seeds locked in. They're at least actually no. I think if Team Dingleberry won tonight, they would have secured a spot for sure.
Right.
But
Okay.
taking an L tonight, I don't know.
The underdogs secured it this time, and we'll get to see.
A minute and 51 seconds.
That's
how long that fight lasted. Let me tell you this. Aatrox pops World Ender at 24 minutes. Okay, the fight de-escalates around 24:45. They're sitting in the bush. Aatrox says, let's get the Syndra, because Gragas is pushed too far up. During that scuffle, the TPs from both laners come back in. Aatrox has his ultimate again.
Yeah.
25-21. He has his ultimate. Hauser comes to jump on his face and pops his ultimate again. That fight took so long. World Ender was. Oh
That
my
was like sweating.
I'm just looking at it and it's like, what the fuck?
That's intense, man. That's intense. Game 2, definitely a banger for sure. My voice 100% feels it. Margarine, my man.
There were like so many moments where Margarine would go in. Like I think there was one point where it was Syndra versus like Silas, and he just like 1 second he just like got in, got the heal from that attack, almost died. I thought he was dead, but he killed Syndra. Like I was like, whoa, okay. So probably the plan was like, go ahead, like you can go on Lucian and Sona and Syndra if you want. Steal their ults, no big deal, and the rest of the team will just deal with everyone else and it'll be all good. So maybe Silas was the one that just could deal with the two. And if you can't deal with that, if he can deal with 2 or 3 by himself, like that's just
Silas, the champion, Kingslayer, Margarine.
He'd be my MVP of the series, by the way.
Yo, MVP of the series. He's the MVP of my heart.
Of my heart.
Does that heal your tears from the beginning? Does that heal you, DVZ and Hyper?
No,
You know why it doesn't heal my tears? Because Margarine is going to have to send me a check to my house because I'm going to have to go buy some cough drops after tonight. My voice feels it.
And I guess, judging by the looks of it, we are getting ready to raid Risen Esports 2. It looks like that teams are going into
They need to raid us.
Yeah, they gotta raid us a little.
I'm actually pretty excited about that. Closing thoughts for me before we send it over them, because I've just been freaking out about game 2. Closing thoughts. EOD did one hell of a job. Game 1, in the driver's seat, never let off the gas pedal. Love it so much. Game 2, a little bit weary.
Oh, it just raided Lamau.
Yeah, we just raided. I love it.
What about you, DBZ? Thank you for those thoughts, Hyper. That was a very good closing after all the cheering. Thank you for using your voice. You're gonna take a break.
Banger. I don't have any other words for that one.
Honestly,
DBZ?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, dude, I feel my internal body temperature spiked at that dragon fight that took 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I felt my body temperature go up. Like I'm sweating literally.
You took your hat off, like literally.
Well, my final thought would be that NA is 0-3 on day 1 of Worlds, so I'm sad.
Don't tell me that, man.
Don't say that. But you know
Week
what?
1 NA, baby. Usually we stomp, but the tides have turned.
I don't know if you've heard Lux ever say, losing is the reason to shine brighter, or another reason to shine brighter. So
oh my god.
Sorry to annoy you guys with the Lux, but it is.
I was a Lux main, so it's fine.
It's not.
It's not. Lux is pretty good support, I'd say.
I guess with that, we can send it off to Risen 2, can't we?
Anyways.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining, everyone, and please join us tomorrow, actually, the same time, for Risen Week 5 draft. Is it Week 5 tomorrow? Yeah, it's still Week 5.
Still Week 5.
Yeah, it's still Week 5. I'll be casting Risen on Sunday, so see you guys there.
Yeah, I'll be hosting Sunday. Hyper, are you here this weekend?
Hyper is here next week, next Friday, right here, right where you're at right now, bringing the hype as always. Week 6, going into finals for Risen Draft League.
It is the final week.
Thank you.
Next week is the final week, baby. Time to secure our seats.
We gotta bring the A game.
Oh, you know I'm gonna be locked in. I was locked in tonight too. I'm a little sad we only got 2 games.
Me too.
Maybe 3 next time, guys.
Oh, for sure, for sure.